Good afternoon, viewers. This is my DreameTech D9 robotic vacuum, and I've had it for a couple of years. And the lithium-ion battery inside the unit has started to age, and the run times are getting really short. So today I'm going to try to open it up and replace the battery with a new robot vacuum battery. Of course, extended life, high capacity, according to the Chinese manufacturer of these cells. I'll show you the before and after and the runtime comparison so you can decide whether or not to make this repair on your own and whether it's worth it or not.
This is a comparison of the battery rundown, cleaning the same room with the same vacuum at the same settings, both before and after the battery was replaced. The original battery depleted 23% over the roughly 14 minutes of runtime. The aftermarket replacement battery only depleted 7% over the same cleaning time. While this test was just for a single room, the improvement in runtime can be extrapolated to a larger cleaning run as well. So I think the cost of a new battery was well worth it. I will include a link to the exact battery I used in this video description.
Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is let's remove this. And we're going to need to flip the vacuum upside down. Now, on a lot of other videos, people just turn the vacuum upside down and lean it on the LiDAR tower, and it's pretty substantial protection here, but I don't want to be pushing down and having the vacuum rock. So I'm going to put a couple of 2x4s underneath that are taller than the tower itself, and the vacuum body will rest on those. So let's move the vacuum out of the way for a sec. And I'll go ahead and put my 2x4s so that we're in good shape. There's enough space, and to make it so that we don't hurt our vacuum, I'll go ahead and use a brand new shop towel in between. So now the LiDAR tower will sit right in this gully, and the vacuum itself will sit right like that. And I'm going to show you guys there we go. So now when I push down on any of these areas, the LiDAR tower is protected. So that's how I prefer to do it. To take the battery out of a DreameTech D9, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the side brush first, and you simply grab it and pull it off. I'll put that aside. And then for this model vacuum, there are 8 Phillips head screws, 4 over here and 4 over here. One of the Phillips head screws will be either painted white or have a white sticker in it like mine. That will be from the factory for warranty purposes. It'll say warranty void if you remove that. So in order for you to get in, change the battery, assuming the unit is out of warranty, you're going to have to either punch through it or remove it. So I've got a little tiny screwdriver, and I'm just going to go in here and peel away the sticker that they put inside here so that I have clear access to the Phillips head screw. All right, and now it's just a matter of removing all 8 screws. And in this vacuum, all 8 screws are the same length, so it doesn't matter what order you put them back in. Once the screws are removed, the cover just lifts right off. Now mine is relatively clean because I cleaned it up, but you might find a lot of dirt in here, and so you might need to get out your regular vacuum to vacuum out the vacuum. Okay, the battery is this white thing located right here. And the way you remove it is you pick up the left and right hand side and you wiggle it up. You should be able to get your fingers in just enough on the, well, my left, your right hand side, opposite the wires in order to pull it up and out. And then grab it with your other hand, put it out of the way, and then there's a little latch. So the connector has a lock. You push it in, so you squeeze it, and then you wiggle it up. Make sure that you keep it squeezed, otherwise it won't come unlatched. All right, so we put the old battery aside. Here is the new battery. So flip this around, open it up. In this particular case, and I will put a link in the description of exactly the battery I bought for my D9 to give you a little instruction manual, not useful information in here. Don't use it while you're bathing and things like that. They give you a couple of nice 3M double-sided foam. We don't need it in our vacuum because our foams are in excellent condition. So I'll remove these from the package. And then, let's remove the box. Take the battery out of its plastic. This comes well wrapped. And this is the brand and specs of the one that I used. So I'll hold that up to the camera. It's got the same kind of end. So you see it's 4-pin, red and black are on the outside, yellow and white are on the inside, and it's got a locking tab that you push to engage it or disengage it. So we're gonna hold the battery like this. We're gonna push the connector in. In our case with this vacuum, the latch faces towards the, I guess that's the front of the vacuum. Same way the old one came out. And then we need to route the wires, so we'll just flip the battery so it's horizontal. Make sure the wires aren't getting pinched. There's a channel for them in this vacuum. And we're gonna push the battery kind of straight down till it's down all the way at the bottom. And there's pads here that keep it locked into position. And then make sure the wires aren't being pinched. So nothing's being pinched on the right-hand side where the wires come out, because that'll prevent the lid from closing nicely. And then if you need to put your double-faced tape here, you can do that to keep the battery secure. In my particular case, you can see that the foam pads that keep the battery in are still in excellent condition, so I don't need to build anything up. So now we'll flip the lid back like this, and it should just sit right in place. Now what I like to do with the screws is I like to put the screws in by hand and not use a mechanical screwdriver until I'm sure that they're threaded. You're putting metal screws in plastic, and this is only retaining this bottom plastic cover. So there really is no reason to go bananas with a screwdriver. And you don't want to cross thread the plastic, because then you're gonna need a new housing, or it's gonna rattle, vibrate, or not work properly. So we'll go ahead and gently put these screws in. Again, they're all the same length and same type, so it doesn't matter really which one goes in which holes. And then I'm going to use an electric in manual mode and tighten up all the screws. And I'm going to tighten them all down. And I won't tighten them all the way until all of them have been threaded this way, in case I have a problem with one of them not being seated properly, or the plastic piece not being seated properly. Okay, once they're all threaded, I will then go seat them all. So this is the last one. And last but not least, we put the side brush back on. That just pushes on. Flip the unit back on its feet, and you're ready to go. So we connected up everything. It should power up. And and you're ready to vacuum again. Thanks for watching.